stop making all these Fallout videos and actually do a video that my wonderful community will actually enjoy. So in today's video, we are going to be cutting my hair off, apparently, and fishing in not Volkov. We're actually gonna be fishing in Norway. We're gonna try out some like maggot type soft baits out on the 34-meter hole. I have heard that they're doing well, so let's check it out. All right, so let's first of all, before we get headed out to the fishing hole or fishing bank, even let's get this thing set up. So we're going for the Super Grub, which I mean, I'm serious. Like, we're going for the 4, by the way. I have used these before, but it has been so long. You know, I mean, I couldn't even tell you. So the 4. What else do we want? Someone posted this. I'll tell you who eventually. Oh, we're also using a 6. What else are we using? Okay, and a maggot. All right, so we want the 4 and we want the 6. It looks like the 6F. Oh my gosh, these are so cheap. And the CLRB. All right, so let's get a couple more of the 4s as well of whatever we got. This one, since they're so cheap. And then we're also going to be using, what did I say is the other one? We're also going to be using the Maggot 4006, which I'm sure I have some. But again, these soft baits are so inexpensive. All right, cool. So I'm working on getting this set up. But notice we're not using the perk rod because we are going to be doing a jig setup. This is a jig rig, so we're going to put the Regal over here. We will do 60 liter in line so that we can lock it up if we need to. But this is the setup. So this is what I was describing. We've got the smaller grub up here, and then the 2 larger grubs below, the yellow and then the orange. And then finally we go with something a little more familiar with the Maggot 406, which is the 2-gram variety down here at the bottom. I'm going to be really curious. We'll see how much this does versus the other 2, because these are just straight up bigger. I mean, these are 7-gram soft baits. What I'd love to do, and I may just look in the store real quick, is actually run one of these Super Grubs down here as well. Now, we do have the smaller Super Grub up top, so I think that might hit some smaller fish on the drop occasionally. We'll see, but that's my prediction. Just from thinking over this a little bit. But let's see, is there a red one? There's really not. There's really not, which is probably why the Maggot comes into play. So we can get some variety here in case we do something a little different. And if we go to Maggot, there's only the 1 size. And what about if we just go to soft baits in general? So there's the Maggot. We wanted to kind of go towards the larger size, so 7-gram. Let's see, what's the closest? So we have 8-gram, the Super Minnow we could do. What else is around that 7-gram mark? At least the Quickers are 4-gram. That's getting there. Same with the tiny fish. It's funny that the huge minnows are only 8 grams. I think of them as these big things. So lens twister, if we wanted to go red lens twister, like maybe that's an idea. It replicates the color of the Maggot without going the size of the Maggot. Of course, you know, the other option is one of those or something else. But I tell you what, for now, let's try the twister. Let's try the lens twister. 5-gram. Wait, we were going to do 7-gram, but it has to be at least a 6 hook. So that's weird, isn't it? It's not just based on size, it's also based on particular lures. So it has to be on a 6 hook. Well, your wish is my command. I have a 6 hook. And again, I think we just want to try, I just want to try something a little different. Uh-oh. We're still not getting it. Oh, yes, we are. No, we're not. Where's the 7 gram ones? Oh, that's 2 gram. Now I'm really getting confused. Hold on. We want the 5 gram, and it can go smaller. Don't worry. We'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. So it's not as small as the maggot, but it's not quite as big as the super grub. But it's close enough, and we'll just see how it goes. We'll see if it catches anything. And we have made it. We have made it to our spot. It is 10:37 a.m. and we're casting out. Here we go. Ooh, on the drop. So right at about 20 meters, we got our first fish. And we're going to, especially here early on, we're going to be really checking to see which lures are doing the damage. So there's some bait disguised as a saith. And it was caught on, this is going to be really important to track. So the Super Grub 6. And in case that happens a lot, ooh. All right, this is a saith, decent sized saith, I would say, since it was pulling like that. But now you'll notice it's not pulling, even though we only have it at 29. .5 saith, very nice. So what I was going to say was, let's go ahead and look up our saith. I like to do this before we start figuring out what we want to cut up. So we got 270, 194, 145. So the really small stuff, like what we have, if it goes into large, we do large. If not, for now, we'll do strip, I think. All right. I think that seems like a good plan. So like something like that size, 1.5, if you can turn that into 2 large fillets, like that's just a win, right? Hey, we're at the bottom. We actually made it all the way down the bottom and got a quick bite. So far, really good bite rate. By the way, Big Saith was on the Super Grub 6. Oh, I got to figure out what this is. The 6 CLRB. So the larger size grub, and it's the orange one. I don't remember what the first one was. You probably do, but I certainly don't. Ooh, that is a waste of a catch, but we'll take it. What did that come in on? So the 4, that's the small one. That's the small one. So it is the B, just like the larger B that caught the saith, but it's the small one we have up top. And for whatever reason, our comfort's a little low. And I don't like it. It is a little slower drop. Sometimes the jigging rig can be, especially if you've got smaller things on there, compared to the larger lures that we use on some of our other setups out here. But it's getting down there, and it just gives it more time for some random fish to catch it on the drop, to get hooked up on the drop. So, all right, so now we're at the bottom. We're doing a little perking. Oh, there we go. I sort of think the majority of the fish we catch on this setup probably will be from the bottom, but I do think we'll occasionally hit something on the drop, like those saith. Of course, at night, we might get some eel pouts and stuff like that. Some flatfish, more likely. Ooh, I like that pollock. I like that pollock a lot. Definitely the best fish we've had so far. I don't know, arguably 8.5 kilo saith might be, but most encouraging fish. The idea of like, oh, if we can get some pollock, I will be excited about that. kind of right in the middle of 34 bank right now. Oh yeah, I said I was going to tell you who it was that posted this. At least what got me started on this setup was posted by Sasha Bravastarsov over on the VK site. I don't know. We'll give it till maybe 2 in the afternoon. If we don't have a single fish yet on the third lure we're using, we'll switch it out. We'll try something else. Maybe throw a fat minnow on there or something. We could just go maggot. I mean, that's what the poster recommended was red maggot. Maybe we'll try that. Hey, we like to see a almost kilo place. That's decent size. I should say almost 900 gram place. That's Super Grub 6. I've not been checking the last couple fish, have I? The pollock was Super Grub 6. Super Grub 6B actually catching a lot right now, which is the orange one. So far, nothing on the F, and so far, nothing on the twister. Yeah, that bite took a while, didn't it? Let's see what this is on. I am ready to make a change on that bottom lure at least. We'll stay a little bit longer on the middle one, but man, it hasn't caught a single thing yet. All right, there's another place. Although this one is very small, but let's see what caught it on it. That was on the B again. Everything on the B. Okay, so this was the recommended one, was the 4006 maggot. We also could go like quicker, the larger Super Grub. We could go like pink and blue. I mean, that's kind of sounds cool. We do have these huge minnows. I mentioned trying those. Let's just try what was recommended, at least for a bit. See if we get a fish or two on a maggot. We don't want to get too far off course, because I have a feeling some of the better catches might have a chance to come in late afternoon, evening, even overnight, and then early morning hours. So we'll see, but that's going to be my theory at least. Sculpin. What if that's on the maggot? What does that do? Nope, that's the first one on the Super Grub F, by the way. So that's on the yellow Super Grub.
You know just how time.
Tom Brady has personally.
Tom Brady?
Hey.
That'll teach me. Here I am trying to find some royalty-free music just to play in the background. Forget it. Forget it. Alright, let's see what we got here. I need to be better prepared for this royalty-free trick. Alright, isn't that three places in a row? 3 out of 4 of the last fish were placed. Let's see what that came in on though. And that was on the grub, the yellow grub again. So 2 fish in a row on the yellow grub. That's interesting. Very interesting. All right. No. Okay. Hey. It's another place. Another place, another time. All right, I'm going to use you as a guinea pig real quick. Not really, but I'm just going to quickly check out. I did a I've started this new series. I shouldn't call it a series. I've done a couple videos on Fallout. Just make sure this is uploading correctly. Let's check out Fallout 76. See if we can have some fun there. Okay. All right, we have just spawned. We are in. All right, looks good. The vault. Check it. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe this hasn't happened for any of you all, but I started watching that Fallout show on Amazon. I'm not even sure, like, in the moment, how convinced I was that I was enjoying the show that much. Like, I knew it was, like, kind of cool, but it really stuck with me, and I really did want more when it was over. I have just been in a Fallout mood. I haven't had time to do much about it, but I have been in a Fallout mood. I'm playing the Fallout board game soon. I started playing Fallout 76 for the first time since, I think, 2020. Back before they even had NPCs in the game. So I'm thinking about doing a fresh playthrough of Fallout 4. By the way, if you're interested in either of those, check out the new Fallout 76 videos I've uploaded to the channel. And let me know that you'd be interested, because if you don't let me know, I won't know. And, you know, I might not do it. But back to fishing. Back to the fish. It's the best place I've seen in a while. And I've seen some good places, let me tell you. Super Grub 4B, otherwise known as yellow. And then the other one I did is actually still uploading at least the HD content. But we can see the standard definition version of it. Just to, again, make sure that it's somewhat turning out okay. Oh, hold on. We have a fish. Oh yeah, you can tell this one is standard. Standard definition. So if you happen to be watching this RF4 video on Sunday evening, because I think that's when I'll probably, I mean, it's Sunday late afternoon right now. and I typically release these RF4 videos almost immediately. So if that's the case, the Fallout videos will be on Monday and Tuesday, at this point at least. We should mention, if you have Amazon Prime, lots of Fallout is free right now. Very exciting. Alright, let's check out some more Fallout 76. Okay, I think I figured out if I hold up... Alright, very good. Yeah, you can tell that's standard definition, but it does seem to be uploading correctly. I think we're good. Yeah. Whatevs. We'll just throw a little Fallout content into the world and see what the world does with it. What was that most recent Saith caught on? The Maggot 4006. First fish on the Maggot, by the way. So let's maybe wait and see one more fish on the Maggot, and then we'll make a impulsive decision on way too little information and decide to switch it out. So this one is 3 grams, and then the Maggot is 2 grams. But then the big boy ones are 7 grams. Another Sculpin. This was on the Maggot again. All right, I already cast it back out, so I can't change it yet, but that is not a promising turn of events if you are a red Maggot trying to survive and live to see another fish. Huh. Okay, there we go. It was weird because it's like, I think I had it a little too high, like it wasn't going into the bottom area too much. It did once or twice, but it wasn't consistent. Ooh, we're catching a nice percentage of place, aren't we? And that was on the Maggot. That was on the Maggot. Okay, let's just play around with, let's just roll the dice here. You know what? Let's try this fella. And we'll just go blue and pink. We'll just see what happens. Now we're using all of the same types. 3 of the 6s, 1 of the 4s, and this one is the E. So now we don't have anything small other than the top one. So probably a little less likely to catch something on the drop, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. curious to see. All right, this is big. This is big. What is the lure? What is the lucky lure, right? It was the bee. It was the bee. About 6:30 in the afternoon. Wow. Man, that's a nice eel pelt. Is that a PB? By the way, this is not the best way to do this, is it? That is a PB. Let's see. By the way, do I have one of those? I do. And it's a trophy, but it's only 912 grams. Don't worry. I'm not gonna waste silver on mounting another one, even though this was a bigger one. It wasn't like super rare bigger. Oh, that's a nice place. Whoa, is that time of day? Is it that time of day, question mark? I think the person that posted about this spot, didn't they also catch a trophy here, or am I remembering wrong? Oh, I must be remembering wrong. No, they didn't. They had some nice fish, though. They had some nice fish, but they did not have a trophy. Someone else posted a few hours ago, a little earlier, and I want to say they caught a trophy at 34. Yeah, they caught a trophy pollock at 34. Now let's see what they caught it on. They caught it on the Lurker 107. Oh man. What if we change to that setup using these as the drop shots, change to the Lurker 100.7? I mean 107. I don't know for sure that that's what the trophy pollock came in on. That was what was on his main line. It's not clear though. He's definitely catching a lot of the same stuff we are in this spot. It's not clear if he was using a drop shot. All right, let's try it. I think it's always fun to completely change gears. I mean, we got the trophy on this setup, so let's switch gears. Let's just completely switch gears. Ooh, it's another really nice place. All right, I got to do this fast though. All right, we're switching to this rod. So we're going Pilker rig. We're putting our Regal back on. Keep that the same. We're going Lurker 100.07. We're going 4.0 hook. And he happened to be using the rattle as well as the fire tube. And he was using a small fillet. Okay, on the drop, we're going down here and we're going to 4.0. First, we're going to do Grub. We're going to go ahead and copy paste Grub so that we can do this quicker. We're going to go big boys and then a 4.0 hook, copy pasta, big boy, and then a little different than what we were doing because things just got serious. We're going to the Grub, the big boy Grub that's been working the best. Now up here, we're going to go orange, orange. Here we're going to go fluorescent yellow, And here we're going to go fluorescent orange, and let's get fishing. Let's get fishing. All right, so we want to go retrieval speed all the way up. We want to go friction brake like that. And so now we're back on the perk. Because of the bonuses, we are using a pilker rig, and there is a fish on. So now hopefully we've still got the benefit of these super grubs on the bottom. However, at the top, ooh, tell me that pollock just hit the lurker, because then everything we're doing makes sense if it did. At the top, what do you think? What do you think, fam? All right. Let's see how it goes. Uh-oh. We got pilking bug. Got to switch the reel out. That normally fixes it. We can still catch a fish on it though. It's just a graphical thing as far as I know. It just looks weird. Doesn't actually affect the bite rate as far as I can tell. There's a sculpin. All right, so we take this off, put the Lacerti on, take Lacerti back off, put the Regal back on. Everything resets. We can test it by putting stuff in the water. Oh, you can tell it's still bugged. Still bugged. So let's try something else. Let's put the Evia on. Let's close it away. Take it back out. Put the Evia off with the Regal, whatever it's called. I think it's still bugged, right? Wait, we've just switched from a fast pilker rod so it's not that. I'm not sure. It's definitely still bugged though. That's not normal. I've never seen it persist like this. Actually, normally it doesn't happen unless you're driving. This is actually sort of strange for me. Hopefully I'm not just imagining things and this is just the difference in a pilker setup versus a, I don't think it is. So, hey, it's another pollock, 3.3. That was on the lurker again. Everything is working like it's supposed to. All right, let's see what this looks like. That also looks slow, doesn't it? Maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I'm just wrong here. I've never had this happen and then I wasn't able to fix it. Oh, there it's fixed. Okay. I don't know, man. I've never seen it that persistent. So I know you're like, some of you, if you don't play this game a lot, or I don't know, if you haven't fished in the Norwegian Sea a lot, you might be like, I don't see a difference. Well, I think if you go back and look, you'll be able to tell the difference. It's like you're in, what do they call it? I want to say molasses, but it's like you can't, it's like you're in slow motion, basically. And it just really, the visual just really messes with me. even though I think that's all it is a visual difference. But anyway, it's back to normal. It's all good. It's all good. Another nice place. We've caught a lot of place today, which no complaints from me on that. $11 p.m. A little bit of a slowdown maybe. We'll see. Another almost kilo sculpin. I mean, I guess if you're going to catch sculpin, you want them to be as big as possible, right? Alright, that safe was on the lurker. That sculpin was on the lurker. Everything's on the lurker. Nope, not the place. That is one thing. The lurker has taken over. If you want to catch more fish on the grubs, then this probably isn't the right setup because the lurker is so OP that your first fish are going to be on the lurker more times than not. Another small safe. What level do y'all think Copper Lake will be? From what we know now, which is very little, we know a little bit based on the trailer and that sneak peek photo that they released. What are y'all feeling level-wise on Copper Lake? What makes the most sense to me is between Bear and Amber. So what does that mean? That means between 18 and 26. I think it would be a little strange unless the design of the map is like exotic koi, but smaller sized koi. Unless somehow that's the, like, you know, thing you're going for. We want to have some really fun exotic koi for players to catch, but we're not going to make them as big as koi in other parts of the world or other maps. And I don't think that will be, I'm not saying, I mean, I don't think that will be the case. But unless that's the case, I don't think you make it lower than bear. Bear is already ridiculously low, considering the gear you need to have saved for and purchased to actually make carp fishing something that you can, you know, enjoy. So, I don't know. I see it being higher than bear, but from the look of the map, for some reason, it doesn't seem like it'll be higher than amber to me. It doesn't look like a huge map from first glance. Now, it could be. There are obviously some enormous lakes in the world. We just got back from a trip to Chicago. Speaking of enormous lakes, but my guess is between bear and amber. I could be wrong though. You know, they could just be in the mindset of like, you know, look, these are exotic carp. It's going to be, for one reason or another, it's going to be a little more advanced, trying to catch the really good carp somehow. I don't know. And so this is going to be for higher level players. I don't know. You could do that. And I don't know how big the lake is, what else is going to be in it. I don't know. For some reason, my gut says between amber and bear, but we'll see. We'll see. By the way, long time I've had this lure in the water right now without catching a fish. And because I've been talking so much about the level of Copper Lake, I really didn't even notice. And I've not been able to really get it to stay on the ground, on the bottom layer, like at all. And I don't know that I can tell you why that is. Maybe the current has picked up. For some reason, it's way up here. All right, there's bottom layer. Once again, comfort bugged out or something. I'm losing comfort like crazy. Got no energy. Haven't caught a fish in a day and a half. I don't know what's going on. Can't keep it in the bottom layer. Hey, we caught a fish. What is going on? Is this some kind of weird cod? One of those weird cods or something? It's not pulling like a saith. At the beginning, at least, it didn't. I don't know. This one's a mystery. This one is a mystery to me. We also have no energy. 5 minutes between fish in this spot? That is insane. Oh, cut it out. Oof. It's just because we have no energy, right? it's a cusk. Just get out of the water. Cusk it up, folks. Just cusk it up. Wow. That dude's name is literally Toyota Corolla. Spelled kind of funny, though. Spelled kind of funny. Level 29? Wow. That seems like a short amount of time to hit level 29, or am I wrong? Obviously, they've been doing some sea fishing. Oh, they got a Greenland shark. Okay. I don't think Toyota Corolla has had the normal new player experience to up to level 29. I'm going to go for a slight guess here. Might even be somebody's alt. Maybe not, but they are on the fast track. They have found the fast track and stayed on there. No distractions from the fast track for Toyota Corolla. Well then. That was interesting. I just kind of let it sit there in the bottom. Sure enough, we got a bite pretty quick. Ooh, it's a little pollock too. Is that on the lurker? Of course it is. Wait, the F? Is that? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, the F is the yellow. Forgot we don't have that pink one on in there anymore, do we? Okay then. It's another pollock on the lurker. Don't be surprised. I think there was actually a pollock order in the cafe before we came out, although I didn't notice time or anything, so it could have rolled off. Hey, another nice place. Let's see if that was on the Super Grub. Yeah, it was, and it's on the orange one. So this Super Grub's CLRB, not only did it catch the trophy, but it's also caught so many nice European places. It seems like a really good option right now. This feels safety, doesn't it? It's not that it couldn't be anything else, but it's likely safe. Or something that can confuse you and you think it might be safe. Oh, but it's not at all. It's another healthy place. Okay. Ooh, a surprise whiting. That's the first whiting of the day, and it was on the lurker, which we haven't used the lurker for this whole time, but interesting to see that. Another small safe. Sounds like a lurker. Sounds like a lurker. Ooh, another nice place. All right, so we are coming up on our last, this might be our last fish. We'll see. All right, we're just gonna get this in time, it looks like. And unless we get something on the drop, I don't think we'll get anything else in. But hey, we might as well let it drop and find out. Oh my goodness. On the drop. 21 minutes to get it in. No problem. Okay. That is a funny ending to this trip. I know this is a bit of a weird request, but how cool would it be if your boat ticket started the first time you cast any sort of bait or lure into the water? So in other words, it didn't count against you your boat ride out to where you want to start fishing. I know this is like a small sample size or whatever, or just like me being a little bit particular, but it sure would help creating hour-long videos and not having to waste a 2-hour ticket on what mostly is a 1-hour time frame. Anyway, we didn't get 2 cusks. That's unfortunate. We didn't get a big enough pollock. We didn't get any haddock. We completely struck out on the cafes. But we still did pretty good in silver. 657 for just under an hour of fishing. Thanks, boat ticket. Obviously 134 silver that came with the eel pout. But if I hold down control, it's not that much silver. It's not like these eel pout trophies are like off the chain. A lot of the silver, I mean, look at these European plates, which we were killing them. So those had to do with a lot of what we did as well. But that was very fun. Very fun fishing out on 34. And obviously the star of the show here was the Super Grub 6 CLR-B. Thanks for watching. I wish you the best, and I will see you next time. Tight lines, everybody.